Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. Game 2 this evening is starting right about now, an adventure that I have entitled Tedrelathir and the Latrine of Lament. But before we dive into the adventure, I want to take a quick moment to introduce our 4 fantastic characters this evening. So first, returning from what I'm sure has been a fruitful training endeavor, Kevin Crabhands. Kevin, how are you? Oh no.
Yeah. It hasn't been good.
Kevin, you look awful.
I'll try again back to Ravnica, but it's not working.
Kevin, you're not trying to swim back to Ravnica, are you?
No. I was there one moment during the experiment, and then something like sparked in me, and then I was here. And I don't know where I am. I actually don't know the name of this place after being here for so long. I fought more sharks than met people.
Yeah, you've battled a lot of sharks since you're, and you're in the lands of DnDTime, by the way. Welcome. So Kevin, it sounds like maybe, and I mean, I don't want to be the critic here. It sounds like maybe you've had a little too much to drink today.
Hey, it's my choice. It's Bartholomew.
I'm Jeremy, not Barth. You know what? That's not relevant. That's absolutely fair, Kevin. I'm wondering, do you think that drunkenness is going to help you or hurt you if you have to fight more sharks?
Right. Listen here. When I'm drunk, less pain, less limiter, hit harder. Thus, die. It's good. It's good.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that makes sense. Oh boy. Well, Kevin, welcome back.
I drunk better when I fight.
Oh no. All right. Well, welcome back. I'm sure you're going to have an incredibly successful adventure. I'm sure it's going to be fine. And I wish you the absolute best. I'm sure everything's going to be great. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, our next heroes, I'm going to introduce them separately, but it's kind of hard not to introduce our Scythe Masters together. Aziliz, welcome.
Hello.
Now, Aziliz, I haven't played with you very much. Is it pronounced Aziliz?
Aziliz.
Aziliz. Okay, I was reading it like it's like Achilles, but. No, I think I've had you for your first game. Aziliz, welcome back. You sound great. I'd heard that maybe you'd caught the adventurer, the flu that's been going around Bartholomew's adventurers.
Oh yeah, my leaves were starting to yellow up a little bit. It was kind of strange. I think that was something in the central city sewers.
It could really have been anything, but I'm glad that you're feeling a lot better, feeling a little more sprightly. I'm wondering, how does I know you're a Floran, not just a plant, but how does a plant catch the flu? Like maybe just the same way everyone else?
I think so. I'm not really an expert on this kind of thing. I just got sick.
You know what? That's a really good. Who knows how they get sick, right? That's a very good point. I can't believe I've been asking such an inconsiderate question. Have you been doing anything else besides just getting better in the time since your last adventure?
Yeah, I've been looking around for a place to start a garden for myself.
Oh, any promising places yet?
Not yet, but I'm still on the lookout. Maybe, hopefully by next time I'll have found myself a nice little plot where I can start putting some flowers in.
That's lovely. Are you planning on like flourishing and growing more Floran like yourself, or more mundane flowers just for happiness and fun?
Yeah, just the mundane kind, and then I'll give them to everybody.
Oh,
so everybody
awesome.
Can have a flower.
You know what? That's so thoughtful of you, Aziliz. I'm very happy to. I'm happy to hear that. Can I have a flower?
Of course.
When you get there, of course. I don't want to presume, but.
Well, I can do you one thing right now.
Oh.
and I'll use Druid Craft to create a flower in my hand, and I'll put it out.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate this lovely. Oh, I already lost it. I lifted it up to show the camera, and I'm so sorry.
It's
well,
okay.
I hope you have a wonderful adventure. Oh, look, it's your friend Calbon. Calbon, how are you? Oh, bad segue. Calbon, how are you?
Fantastic. Also, you're asking how does a flower catch the flu? Let me tell you, it's $1 million idea. It's really great. It's a brilliant one. What you do is the flu flies into your leaves, and then you just close your leaves at the last second, and you catch it. That's how it happens. It's brilliant.
Wait, so it's like an intentional thing.
Yes, that's how you catch the flu. And then you let it go, and then it flew away. See?
I see. I gotcha. I think we're talking about a slightly different flu, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the same flu.
It's the same flu.
You're sure?
Once you flew them all. That's how it goes.
That's the saying. That's that old saying that everyone says. So I get you. Calbon, how have you been? Making any good pitches lately?
Well,
besides the flu. Oh.
Well, no, I haven't. They tell me no. They say, look, I don't want to depress you, but no. You're
man.
They tell, yeah, no.
Who are these people that are saying this to you? This is very brutal.
Well, I already told you about my last show. You already know all about, Shark Tank, where we throw people in the Shark Tank. That didn't go over well.
Great idea.
It was a good idea at the time. I don't understand why it didn't go over well. It just didn't.
Wait, was Kevin ever on Shark Tank?
You know what? He was and he punched all the sharks. He punched all the sharks, though.
And then all the sharks were dead.
Yes, and it people didn't like it. They wanted the sharks to eat people. They didn't like the people to punch the sharks. That's bad show business.
Now, Kevin, can you confirm that this happened, or do you just you remember punching all these sharks, right?
There's a lot of sharks. Not anymore, but there were. There was one time indoors, and there was some people there. I think he was there.
Yep, this fits the timeline. Calbon, I'm really sorry about the Shark Tank not working. I know you're still stuck on that. I say chase your bliss. Keep going for it till it works. I think it could really, really go somewhere. And I'm sure you're going to have a great adventure this evening, so I'm sure that's going to go somewhere good too.
Fantastic. Or maybe you're just going to tell me later you're going in the wrong direction, and then I'll have to go the opposite direction.
That's fair. Well, welcome back. Of course, it's great to have you, Calbon. And we'll get into this adventure in just a second, because we have one other new character joining us, new to the land of DnDTime and Bartholomew's Adventures. We have Deckhand. Deckhand, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Now, Deckhand, I have a lot of questions right off the bat. Is your name a reflection of your career? I guess that'll be the first one.
In a way, yes. I lived on a ship for many years, and I don't actually know my given name.
Oh, they just called you Deckhand. That's very interesting. I mean, it's a little rude, don't you think?
Well, they were bloody pirates.
Oh gosh, so you were a pirate. Or were you just taken by pirates?
For the most part, I was taken by pirates, but you learn a thing or two.
Yeah, along the way. I mean, fair enough. So, Deckhand, welcome to Bartholomew's Adventuring Company. I don't know what has brought you to sign on with this great and powerful wizard who's sending you on these various missions.
It's strange. It seems that the only currency that's actually good in this realm is the currency you can get from him. So really, it was just coin.
So this is just a necessary evil working for this wizard. Are you very much a kind of freewheeling, do-it-your-own-way kind of person outside of this?
I followed orders for a long time. I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Well, I think you're going to find that Bartholomew's adventures tend to have a lot of liberty in how they decide to solve some of these missions. So I hope you don't find it too constricting. And, I hope that maybe in time, at least, you can come to maybe enjoy these adventures a little bit, hopefully. Cross fingers. And, of course, welcome and good luck on your first adventure here.
The deckhand.
All right, Kevin. All right, Mr. Crabhands.
As long as you don't start saying his name in like an Australian accent, because it starts to sound an awful lot like something else.
Oh, it's okay.
I think you mean no. Back in character.
Anyway, well, our adventure begins. You have found yourselves within a pretty strange place for Bartholomew's adventures. For those of you who go on these quests, Bartholomew will send you to the central city, a burgeoning, almost metropolis that is almost industrializing. He'll send you up to the Big Rock Candy Mountains, the land of ice cream and candy. But weirdly enough, today he sends you to a peaceful, like fairly normal looking elven forest. There are little deer that run to and fro, frolicking within the woodlands. You see birds flying from tree to tree, chirping peacefully, almost decorating the place, carrying little bits of shiny moss and things and leaving them up in the trees. And that's where you are right now. You're walking through this peaceable elven forest. You were told to just follow the main path for about a mile. And at the end of it, along the way, you'd find a large rock that was covered in moss, and that you should wait there, and your employer, an elf named Tedrelathir, would meet you. And so, at this point, you've been waiting for a little while. I mean, it's probably been a solid 15 minutes that you've been hanging out at this big moss-covered boulder.
So it's always late.
It's not big enough. It's not a pebble. Or actually, it's too big. Should be a pebble.
So, am I hearing, Kevin, you're like leaned up against the rock. Are you like drinking, or are you just hanging out, or?
Yeah, and he holds up like this large leather skin that you can only assume is full of wine or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just chugs it.
Just starts putting it back. What are the rest of you?
Deck approaches Kevin. Can I have a nip of that?
Back off. It's mine. Actually, 1 gold.
He takes the proffered sip and hands it back.
Bug off. It's mine now. You have yours. Find your own. And he's just going to keep drinking.
Cantankerous bunch this lot.
Kevin was cantankerous before he got drunk.
As you all just kind of are hanging around, Aziliz and Calbon, you two are watching Kevin be a little harsh to your recently acquired new companion. What are you two doing?
I am debating whether this is a boulder, a rock, a pebble, or what this is.
Who cares?
I think it's a pebble. Maybe.
It's a very large rock.
It's not. It's too small to be a boulder, though.
You know what? Maybe we should give it a knock and see. You want to try knocking it?
Kevin's
okay.
Okay, well, I knock on the rock.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, I think it's probably just a large pebble.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's just a very large pebble.
Had a little bit too much to eat.
As the two flower people stand there discussing the proper attributes of this rock, Kevin sits there drinking, and Deckhand evaluates the situation. I think, Deckhand, you're the first to notice because you're not distracted like they are. A very, very well-kept high elf that is walking down the path toward you. They move incredibly gracefully, their feet hardly cracking the leaves upon the ground. They have as is stereotypical for a high elf, right? Platinum blonde long hair that flows in what barely little wind exists here as they stride toward you, and they've got very long ears. I don't think any of you would know necessarily how old they are by elf standards, but I don't know, they look like they're an elf.
Kevin was an elf before he got warped.
Oh, so I think actually, Kevin, in that case, if you cared to look and to acknowledge this person, you'd realize that they look fairly young for an elf. Like they're like a kid elf.
He looks
I
up
would
and
say
just
that
tosser and goes back to his drink.
I would
ahead,
say that the moment Deck noticed someone walking towards them, he would give one of those little curious cat chirpy sounds. And he'll look over at him.
Yeah.
That was actually really well done.
That's so adorable.
It was.
He walks forward. Greetings, adventurers. I apologize for my being so late in meeting you. I was dealing with the previous lot who had helped. Well, I am in desperate need of your assistance.
Why do you speak like that, mate? Come on.
Pardon. I do not understand.
He says you speak like flowers.
And,
Nice and floaty.
Thank you. I am Tedrelathir. I believe you are...
Quick question. Can we call you Ted?
Oh, yes, the humans of the realms call me Ted.
Oh, and you talk. So Ted talks. I got it.
Oh.
I sense I should punch you.
I'll say...
I don't know what's telling me this.
When I came up with this character name, I strongly considered making the adventure about that instead. But, however, I have a different need. What? Sorry, that was weird. I didn't say those words. Anyway, please, if you'll come with me, I'm in desperate need of your assistance. My, what do you call it? Studio Glade is in desperate need of assistance. It's in terrible disrepair.
You have contacted the little worst people for this.
Actually, I think Calbon might be really good at that.
I am a trash druid. I know how to clean trash very well. And make it.
Honestly. And so do you all kind of get up and start following him down the path?
Stagger, but yes.
Yeah, okay. So you're kind of staggering. I imagine not like behind everyone, but like you're keeping pace with your stagger, so that it's like, oh boy, people have to like get out of the way sometimes.
Actually, no, he's like twisting and moving around, but he's actually going faster than everyone else.
Yeah, excellent. So you're staggering ahead, and and Ted looks at you all and says, "Yes, well, I actually specifically requested the lowest tier of adventurer that Bartholomew would allow for this particular mission. Not
what are you trying to say?
I am very self-conscious about this.
Oh, you're cheap. I got it.
No,
I understand.
I paid so much for the first group. Bartholomew said that I needed a different group for each room. I believe he was misleading me. But I digress. I'm a little sensitive about our next about this topic.
What a snowflake.
If we could keep it simply between us, what you see, I would appreciate that.
Oh, you mean tell to the whole, internet and TV and everything?
No,
what's an internet?
The opposite. Oh, it's a webbing that the spider of the Mythendeer forest web, and then they flick the web in certain ways, and the vibrations carry throughout the entirety of the web that spans the forest, allowing anyone connected to the internet to figure out and learn information.
Sounds
yes,
like
he's
the
correct.
Guy. And Kevin just looks over towards the Calbon. You wouldn't happen to be one of them, would you? Hate them.
No.
Disgusting. Alright, cool.
Anyway.
I can turn into a spider though.
Please don't.
I like spiders.
Oof. Well, if you must turn into a spider, please don't do it around me. I'll stay out of your way for the most part. Oh, it's right. Mr. What is his name? He kind of he stops in the path and he's pointing down to where Kevin has staggered way ahead. Your friend is going too far.
His name is Kevin. Kevin the Crabhands. Or as I call him, Crabhands.
Please return. You have come too far.
You're not my mom. I haven't seen my mom. So, and he just kind of like stops and
That's
slumps
kind of
back.
dark. Anyway, and you see him kind of gesture, and there's the main path you've been following through the woods, but he gestures to his left, and you can see there's like a little footpath that's not well established yet, but it leads a little bit further into a different area, it branches off. And so he kind of goes down that path, and you all follow him, and eventually you can see it opens up into a larger, slightly larger clearing. Maybe 700 square feet. It has walls that are formed of large briars and shrubs in a roughly rectangular shape. It looks like furniture spread about that is grown up from the plants. What looks like a couch against one of the shrubbery walls, and a table next to that. A small pool filled with silvery liquid set before the couch. And you can see on the far end of this room, there are two more almost doorways, but they're open, that exit into other smaller rooms attached to this already fairly small space. And he says, yes, this is my studio glade. And as you look in, it's filthy.
Looks like you got shafted, mate.
Oh, there's filth everywhere. There are like clothes all over the ground. There's heaps of dirty laundry. You see what look like cans and bottles just strewn about. There are a couple of dirty dishes sitting on the wood, like the very fancy wooden, naturally grown sofa. This was at some point, it looks like a very nice. It looks like home of some kind for this elf, but right now it is an absolute disaster. It looks like he has just absolutely wrecked it. And
So Dak has a very nice, very luxurious, fluffy silver coat that he takes
Excellent.
great pride in. And he recoils at the sight of all of this filth.
Yeah, imagine bristles a little bit like, ugh.
Oh yeah,
Does it
like
smell?
like his hackles are standing up.
I don't think you can smell it over the smell of your own, like, breath, because you probably have the breath of someone who's had a lot to drink today, Kevin. But no, the smell's
you
not.
sound as if Kevin could smell in the first place.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, like, it obviously smells like, dirty laundry, and like, I mean, you see where stuff has spilled, and it just obviously isn't good in here. But it's not like that bad, you don't think. And as Ted kind of gestures into the filthy room, you can see on the other side there are two other little exit doorways that would lead into other rooms, and one of them is sparkling clean. You can see it's got like countertops and things in there, actual like handmade wooden things, not just naturally grown. And it appears to be a little kitchenette, and that is beautiful. It's perfectly sparkling clean on the other side of the room.
Kevin's gonna go over to the prissy elf and like put a decidedly non-crab-like arm around his shoulders and go like, mate, Fendo, hello.
Oh,
Did you do this?
Contact me like so?
You do this?
Ooh, this makes me very uncomfortable.
Okay, he's gonna like add those words. He's gonna squeeze harder.
Oh, that you're harming me. Your friend may not be aware they are causing me bodily harm.
It's fine. Shh.
You're not. It's not squeezing enough. Squeeze harder. Anyway.
Oh, no.
What he's trying to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go on. If Kevin's gonna continue, go ahead.
Did you do this? This you?
Oh, you are talking about the filth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. I moved in here some months ago. It was my first time out on my own. And, well, I guess I misunderstood how things worked on your own. I assumed that, well, as always it had been when I was finished with clothing or food or anything of the sort, I would leave it where it is and it would go away. I assumed the same would continue here, but it is not the case. And now I don't even know where to begin. So I've spent the last of my money to hire adventurers to help me.
Okay, one. Not image. Also, how you sparkle so much if this your room?
Oh, I bathe in the river. It is some ways away.
Got it. Bring river to house.
Oh, please don't. That would be very bad.
Kevin's gonna let go of him now and kind of look around for any signs of a river.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear the river a little ways off in the forest.
Okay, so he's gonna take a swig of his drink and is there any sort of? I don't suppose there's any sort of containers around.
Oh yeah, there are. There's like an old milk, like a glass jug, which probably had some milk in it, which now is just covered in like mold and fungus in the inside. Yeah, I mean, there's an empty can of what probably once contained like baked meat.
What's the largest one?
Oh, I don't know. Do you want to dig through the filth or just grab the nearest thing?
He's gonna look around. He's not gonna touch it, but he's just gonna look for the largest looking container.
Roll me a perception check.
Right.
While he's doing this, excuse me, friend. You see, whatever you pay attention to grows, and it seems like you've been paying attention a lot to trash. Anyways, that's not the point. What the point is I have an opportunity for you. I love trash. Absolutely love it. I love keeping things clean. I'll do this one for you for free, but I would like to stay and living with you, taking care of your house, and you get to do whatever you want to do. I'll just eat all your trash. It'll be great.
Do you want to come back to my place?
Oh, yes.
I apologize, small plant creature, but unfortunately... And he kind of gestures over, and you see what looks like the arm of a Floran planted in the ground that is beginning to grow into a proper Floran. Unfortunately, the first group has already burdened me with a roommate, and with the small size of my glade, I could not have more.
Don't worry, mate. I want to.
I can get rid of that for you. I can.
Please do not.
Oh, why not?
Murder is bad.
Look, I didn't hire you all to clear this room. And I apologize, he says, noticing deckhands ugh. I apologize that I must do this to you, but there is a room in far worse shape that is in dire need of your assistance. Please follow me.
Please,
my offer still stands. Double it. I'll double it. I'll clean this room for you if you let me stay.
He starts. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm just gonna say I double it. I'll clean that room.
Was saying something.
How tall is Calbon? Sorry.
Yeah, how tall is Calbon?
I think we are looking at your list. I should be not that tall.
Yeah, I think you're pretty short, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kevin's gonna go put his hand on whatever he thinks is the head and go you can stay with me. I need a cleaner.
And as
I
said,
prefer not to.
How do you feel about sharks?
I have no additional money. Anyway, please follow me.
I need no money. Money is of no value to me.
Shut up. Let's go. And he's just going to pick up Calbon and just drag him along. Of course, the other arm is still holding the wine.
Uh-huh.
This studio glade, is the roof tree branches? They've grown up together in a sort of...
It doesn't actually have much like a real roof. It's kind of just got the tree canopy above, but it's dense enough that you think it would keep it pretty dry in here.
So instead of following along the ground, Deck is going to climb up into the canopy. and go from branch
okay.
to branch.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, it's pretty high up there, but I think you could, for the most part, do so. So you're kind of swinging around from branch to branch. There is actually, strange enough, something of a path that has already been cleared through here, but you're able to keep up there with relative ease. You're probably about 20 feet up, so you're pretty high. As the rest of you as he guides you through, and he leads you straight up right toward that clean room, but then takes a hard right through a bunch of, well, basically dirty laundry, which he just kind of shoves to the side. And through that next room, through that next kind of arched opening in the wood and wicker wall, you can see a horrifying sight. There is a maybe 20 by 20 foot room. It's actually pretty big. And I say room, it's got the wooden shrubbery wall kind of things. But in the middle, there is a tree that kind of grows up. It's a very perfect oak tree, but all of the leaves on it have turned brown and feel like they're dying. You see there's a little knot in the middle of the tree, a little crook hole in it where water seems to be streaming out. And right now it's hardly a trickle dribbling down the bough of the tree. And you can see that tree sits within the middle of a small pond. You see the rocky little rocks that form a circle of the border of the pond, except the pond is a horrible putrid brown.
Perfect. I already know what this is.
And he says, yes, unfortunately, but 2 weeks in, I experienced a clog of some kind.
Aw.
It
Do you know why?
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me live
It's been
here.
accumulating for some time.
Please let me live here. This looks beautiful.
No, this is my home.
Oh.
Kevin,
I'll
Kevin's
pay
just
you.
No,
Kevin
I
just
rent
looks
this
around
place?
a bit.
I'm renting it. I'm sorry,
Well,
Kevin.
I'll rent it from you. Is that
So
okay?
as they're arguing, Kevin, what are you doing?
Kevin just kind of looks around and then looks towards Deckhand and Aziliz and is like, well, guess we gotta burn it down.
I don't think we need to burn it
Oh
necessarily.
no, you cannot burn it.
We don't need to burn it.
I rent this place. If you were to destroy it, I would be ruined.
Alright, fine. And then he's gonna walk up and try to punch the tree.
Well, the tree is in the middle. It's 10 feet in. There's basically a 10-foot radius of pond that this tree is centered in. And that pond is a horrible putrid brown.
Okay, so he's not touching that. Actually, what did he find on that roll with that perception roll?
Yeah, you found a bucket, a big wooden bucket that was probably supposed to be a waste bucket, but has overflowed to such a point that you can hardly tell that was its original purpose.
Right, so he's just going to chuck the contents out the window, or whatever that qualifies as a window.
So just out the front, just into
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And then he's going to go scoop up a bit of that disgusting brown liquid.
Okay.
And walk outside to find a place to dump it.
So what are the rest of you doing? Because you see Kevin.
Yeah, while he's doing that, the tree, is it brown leaves all the way up, or just the bottom area?
It looks like the leaves are browning, like the tree is dying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a matter of they're brown because pollution or no. The tree itself is just dying. This wonderful water-giving tree.
So, do I see Deckhand? Because I know he decided to climb up or something. Would I see him?
Deckhand, how do you feel? What are you doing right now? As you're looking down from above.
Deckhand is absolutely disgusted. He's up in the boughs of the trees, not trying to hide yet.
Okay.
The silver stands out, but are you a very visibly are you
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna just really quickly, because Az doesn't care if it's disgusting, she can't smell anything. So she's gonna cast Mage Hand, and she's gonna send it down into the pool of the pond, and look around for something. Like if there's
Just
anything.
Grab around.
Yeah, to see like if there what could be causing
in the
clog.
toilet? I wonder what
Yeah.
could be clogging it.
Yeah. So first, Kevin, you are going to just try and scoop right out some water. Yeah. You
Basically, drunk Kevin's entire idea is water's brown, got to replace it. There's a river nearby.
Okay, yeah. So you scoop out a bucket. You actually manage to get the bucket no problem at this point, and you go to like throw the water outside. As you're reaching around, I want you to roll me a D100.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
What am I gonna find?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant I want Az to roll me a D100.
37.
37. As your mage hand reaches around and okay, that's a little funky. Reaches through and grabs something. You pull from the filth what looks like a brick. It is maybe like 2 feet long. It's like a foot long and 6 inches wide and maybe 8 inches tall. So it's like a fire brick, almost like a cinder block. Except your mage hand pulls it out effortlessly, and it just is a smooth gray stone, it looks like.
Okay, that's odd. I'm gonna set that to the side, and then I'll see if I can go back into the same place where I found the brick.
Okay, just gonna keep reaching around.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're reaching around with your mage hand. There's a weird stone brick just lying around on the ground. Kevin, where are you you walk outside with the mud. What would you like to do with it?
He's just gonna. How far away is the river?
The river. You don't know. You want to just go looking for it?
He's gonna go looking for the river.
Yeah. Okay. You go looking for the river, and after a short amount of time, you'll find it. It's only about a 3 or 4 minute walk. And yeah, you get over to the river. It is a beautiful, like pristine, crystal clear river.
Cool. He's gonna chuck the mud in there.
All right, you splash the mud into it, and it's really weird because as the mud hits the river, you see the mud like splash into it and start to like disperse as mud does, but then you see it recondense and splash out back at you. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. He's good at these. Yes.
You dodge out of the way as the river throws the mud back at you.
Rude. Mean.
And it doesn't go back in your bucket, it just splashes all into like the foliage around you. You see some of the plants wilt.
And Kevin's like drunkenly trying to decide whether the river was throwing things at him or if the mud is alive. And he's gonna go stick his head in the river and look around.
Okay. Yeah, you stick your head in the river. You're looking around, and then you feel like a pinching on your nose. And your nose is like pinched shut.
This, as a side effect, by the way, of removing a lot of the drunkenness from him, as he's just dunked his head in cold water.
Uh-huh.
And so, what's pinching?
Oh, it's
his
ice
nose?
cold. Oh, you don't see anything. You just feel your nose pinched.
He's gonna bring a hand up.
It's like pinching your nostrils closed.
Okay, well, he's got gills, so that doesn't really matter to him. He'll just breathe through his gills. And he's going to reach a hand up to, like, where his nose is being pinched. Does he feel
It doesn't seem like there's anything there.
Curious. All right, what if he just gets into the entire thing?
Okay, you jump in. We're gonna get back to you, actually, Kevin.
Gotcha.
As you're slowly settling yourself into the river. Back at the house.
He hangs in far too many rivers.
Yeah, really. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Did I find anything else?
I do want to just like spend some time fishing around.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so we'll get to that if we figure out what everyone else is doing.
So deckhand, having a bit of a stroke of genius, decides to make a net out of the rope he has.
Okay. Easy enough for someone who's lived on a boat for a while.
Yeah, he's going to make a net, and then he's going to very gingerly get to the edge of that pond
Okay, so
start
you're
trying
climbing
to,
down.
Yeah, he's climbing down and just very carefully trying to avoid as much filth as possible. He's going to start trying to dredge out that swamp with his net.
What's your passive perception?
Ooh, not very high. 11.
11. Okay. What are these guys? Okay. So yeah, you start trying to dredge it out a little bit. Can you roll me an athletics check to dredge? Oh yeah. So Deckhand, you're like really, I mean, maybe you have some experience doing similar things, right? Part of the whole the ship gets flooded, all right, throw on the net and pull all the crap out so we can rebalance it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so you know you've done stuff like this before, and you're just dredging the net through, and you're feeling stuff catch. Meanwhile, Aziliz, as you have your mage hand, and you're just feeling around. Can you roll me another D100? We'll see how you do.
Alrighty.
63. Okay. And Calbon, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm staying quiet. I have a plan on how to solve this whole problem.
But you're just observing.
But I'm just observing and watching because I know exactly how I'm going to take care of this problem. I have 2 solutions, and I'm deciding which one I want to take.
Can you roll me a perception check? Because it's observing.
I have a 13 passive, but I will roll.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's actually a really, really important success right there. So things are so far, they're going okay. Not really any huge issues as you're watching your friends do what they do. However, you notice something kind of emerge, or not emerge, but like barely emerge from the water, trailing behind your friend Deckhand as they're dredging through the water. It seems like there's some sort of a living creature in this water that has got their trail.
Ah, that's easy. Okay. No problem. Hey, I'm going to make sure my friend doesn't get caught in this. But okay. This is also going to because I am the trash druid, so I can make sure all my friends don't get caught in this.
Uh-huh.
This could also be in a path that we could travel across, but...
Oh, you're going to cast a spike growth. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, God. All right, so you cast a spike growth, which wells up in that area, and you can see whatever it is, like, move for a minute and then stop.
Does it? Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it stops chasing your friend. Deckhand, your net gets all caught up and you have to pull it out, and you have dredged up a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it's just garbage for the most part. There's old clothes, there's tons of, like, soiled paper and stuff. It is just, what on earth? There's leaves, just so many leaves. There's some other unnamed filth that's also within the net that you have dredged up. And as you fetch out of the filth an alabaster mask, it is a beautiful white, I mean, it's filthy, but once you clean it off, it is appears to be a white mask. And it's one of those, like, very plain, like, featureless masks, right? It just has, like, the little slits for the eyes.
Ooh, okay.
It's really weird.
Is it a pretty mask?
I mean, it's more mysterious than pretty, I think.
The curiosity of my kitty is piqued.
So,
and
you just,
my kitty, before he lets anyone else see it, just slips it in a pocket.
Oh, you're just gonna swipe it? Okay.
Yep.
Well, actually, it's Az that just pulled that out with their mage hand.
Oh, it was Az. Okay.
Yep. So you see it, and you see Az's mage hand like lifting it up.
He wants to swipe.
Yeah, as you see your companion Deckhand like looking, eyeing it, kind of. Ooh.
Do you want it?
Do
Oh, I don't have any use for masks, so you can have it, and I'll float the mage hand up towards where he is.
And this is where we see the scurrying, like, put it away really quick.
Yeah.
You know, mine. Meanwhile, and the river, you jump in the water. Do you, like, lower yourself gently, or do you just jump in, Kevin?
He goes in head first.
All right, you leap into the river, and you're in the river for, like, a hot minute, and you're floating there, and then you can kind of see in front of you, right, like, almost a shape, right? It's almost like the water is formed into, like, a being.
Punch the shape.
And it's really hard to see it. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll with your punch.
What is diplomacy?
Okay. What did you get?
23.
A 23. You'll absolutely hit the shape. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
5 damage.
Okay. You see the shape recoil in the water and rush at you. I need to roll me an athletics or an acrobatics check. Your choice.
Acrobatics.
Oh, man. You feel it, like, try to grasp onto you and throw you out of the water?
This is my turf now.
Yeah. Oh, God. This is how Kevin drowns.
What do you mean drown? He can't drown.
It's your turn, Kevin.
He's gonna just punch the shape again.
Okay. You keep punching it. Okay. Yeah, you'll hit again.
And he can do it again because he's a monk.
Use your second unarmed strike. Just punching the water.
Yes. Yes.
All right, you keep bludgeoning it. And I think what happens is, like, there's another round of, like, it trying to throw you out of the river and you punching it, and then you see it just kind of disappear and swim away.
Yeah, that's right. You stay out. This is my turf.
You're now just floating in the river.
Yes. Is the river still trying to pinch my nose shut?
No, you think it might have been this weird water creature that was doing it.
Kevin's gonna chase the weird water creature.
Kevin, I think like Kevin realizes, even in a slightly drunken state, that it is invisible while within the water. So you probably will not be able to find it.
He's got a plan for this. He's gonna get out of the water and go find that muck.
Okay, so Kevin trudges back, having a new battle in mind. Meanwhile, the rest of you, as Kevin kind of returns, Calbon, do you mention anything to your friends about the creature you saw?
No. I just casted
Okay, sorry. Yep. Go on.
I just casted the spike growth like it was a good idea to cross to get to the big thing in the middle. So I'm gonna try to walk.
You're gonna try and climb between the large barbed spikes that have grown out of the ground to get to the middle of the. Without.
I don't have to try. I automatically pass, so I can automatically walk through it.
Well, no.
Just like it's.
The try is to not get in the water.
Oh, yes. The try is to not get in the water, yes.
Okay. So, guys, I guess Deckhand and Az, you see Calbon start going over to where he grew these huge spikes out of the ground and kind of, like, testing them for strength and clearly getting ready to, like, clamber between them to try and get to the tree.
Wait, is Kevin back yet?
Kevin's walking in the door right at this time.
Kevin comes in and he's got the bucket and goes for more sludge. He's just like, river's haunted.
Kevin, as you go to do that, as you go to fill it up with more sludge, I need you to roll me a perception check. Or actually, what is your passive perception?
His passive perception would be 12.
Oh boy. All right. So you don't see anything as you go up to fill your bucket with water. And unfortunately, you do not see the young sewer gator that leaps out of the water at you.
Oh no!
It lunges at you aggressively.
It's just a greener version of a shark. It'll be fine. Also, does meeting AC hit or miss?
Meat does hit.
Okay, that hits for 12.
All right, 12 points of piercing. That's a huge amount of damage. Holy crap. And you are that's max damage, isn't it? Yeah. You are grappled by the sewer gator, and I would like you all to roll for initiative.
This is an ugly-looking shark, and it's about to be uglier.
Alrighty.
Everyone's rolled like crap.
Keep in mind, I do still have my spike growth up.
Yes.
So.
Is the spike growth covering everything? I thought it was just covering that kind of side.
It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, but where did you cast it, right?
I casted it on where you said the friend was being followed.
Okay, so
I'm assuming that would be in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you roll me the 2d4 then for that gator?
Oh, of course.
Oh man, some good initiatives here. Some bad initiatives here.
There you go.
Oh wow, brutal. 6 points of damage to him too.
Yeah.
All right, let me just quickly get his stats. All right, so it seems everyone's going to go first. Deckhand, you are the most prepared. You spring into action seeing this gator lunge out at your friend. What would you like to do?
The moment that creature springs out, Deckhand would flee to a wall and climb it up to a branch.
Excellent. So you just run over to the wall. You have a climb speed of the Tabaxi, right?
Yes, climb speed of 20 feet.
So you have no issue climbing to the top as you just go right up.
And for his action, he would pull out his short bow.
Okay.
So is this gator engaged now with Kevin?
Yeah, definitely. He's right up there next to him.
Okay, so it would be sneak attack as.
Sorry. Yes, absolutely would be sneak attack.
Okay, he would fire his short bow at this gator.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack as you pull back and fire. And it's cool, right? Because for a minute, right, you were hanging on with like 3 arms, one arm and 2 legs to the branch, and then I imagine you like. How do you like stay up there, right, while you fire? Just wrap your legs around it and almost hang upside down for the shot or something?
Oh yeah, he's been used to this kind of thing, hanging from like the masts of a ship and stuff. So he wraps his legs around the branch real tight and then just pop.
Pop, pop. Excellent. Go ahead and make the attack. 14. Yeah, that'll hit the young sewer gator. As you pop him with that short bow right in the eye. So we hit the word short bow in the chat, and that'll roll the damage for it. It's a little unintuitive, unfortunately. Roll 20.
Oh, you.
8 piercing, excellent. And now you need another, I think it's a D6 for your sneak attack, right? That's a really good roll. Jeez. Do you know how to roll the extra Oh, yep, you do. You got it. Oh, damn, 12 points. That's very much damage, level 1. That gator has an arrow sticking out of its eye now as it begins to spin around violently with Kevin in his jaws. Or at least it would if it were its turn. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Deck? Currently, you're, I think, about... Do you just climb to the top of the wall, or do I scrape into the trees themselves? Deck? Oh, looks like we're running into an issue here. With the old roll 20.
Oh.
Oh, good. How high would you like to go? The full 25 feet or whatever?
Yeah, he would try and get actually up into the branches using his feline agility if he had to.
Yeah, no problem. So you can. Oh, I see. Full scamper. Yeah, you clamber right up into the branches. You're a good 20 feet up above this pool at this point. However, it's at this point that something else happens. You all see where this pool has kind of been bubbling every so often. You see one of those bubbles kind of fully emerge, and it's not just a bubble of horrible brown mud. It appears to unfurl into little impish wings as this mud mephit emerges from the sludge. It's going to... there are 3 of them. And the first one is going to use its mud breath ability on you, Deckhand. It flies right up to you, up on top of the branch, and it's going to breathe, hopefully mud, onto you. This horrible
Is it a
little
mud method or a poop method?
It is a mud method with a question mark. But its ability is called mud breath, so maybe it's mud. I need to roll a dexterity saving throw as it hurls this horrible vile liquid, which of course you deftly dodge swinging around in the branches, no issues. The other 2 methods, one will fly over toward you, Calbon, and hurl onto you. I need a dexterity saving throw from you as well. And the third one is going to go after Az. So both of your friends have deftly dodged the mud. Az, this one, with this horrible stench wafting from its impish mud body, dripping as it flies, will try and hurl on you. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw, Az? And that'll be the 3 methods. Oh no! And you get hurled on and are covered in mud?
It makes perfect sense. She has no idea what's going on.
It's very confused. Why is the mud flying now? Calbon, it's your move. His horrible mephit is right before you, threatening you. Calbon?
Oh, they fly now?
Yeah, this horrible thing is flying at you.
I didn't know they fly now. Anyway.
Oh, the gators definitely don't. The
gators don't fly. But these mephits fly now.
Yeah, the mephits fly.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could stop that, but I'm not going to right.
Okay.
It's in my face basically right now.
Yeah, he's flown right up to you and tried to throw up on you, basically. Hurl mud at you.
Okay.
Oh. Wow, this affects even flying creatures.
Yes, it does.
That's very interesting. You unleash a tremor of earth, which I can see some little rocks just go boing up in the air and hit the mephit. And he's got to roll a dexterity saving throw, which unfortunately he does succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Which what does that mean for him? He takes half of that.
Yeah, half of that.
Okie dokie.
And it's also still difficult terrain around them. So.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. So it's still
he's not prone.
Oh, isn't he only knocked prone if he gets hit by it?
Yeah, on a failed save.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All goody. So he's still kicking, having dodged most of the earth tremor. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yes. I think this is a point where I can do this, and I know this is a weird interaction, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Magic Stone as a bonus action, and enchant stone.
Is it a bonus action to do Magic Stone?
It is not. It is a bonus action to do Magic Stone. I don't do the damage or anything, but I can enchant the pebbles.
Rocks. Yes, beautiful.
Yeah.
So you cast your magical spores and touch the stones in your hand, and you have 3 magical rocks.
Yes, I do.
Alrighty. I think that's the end of your move, Calbon. We move to Kevin. Kevin, you're in the jaws of a small sewer gator.
Okay, is the gator? What part of the of Kevin is bitten by the gator?
It's probably got one of your arms.
All right, okay. Kevin's gonna look down at this thing and say, "You haven't got me. I've got you." And is gonna try and... Is it possible to counter grapple?
Oh yeah, you can absolutely grapple it too. That's totally fine.
He's
it would
gonna
take
try
one
and
of your
grapple it.
attacks.
Is that athletics or acrobatics?
Yep, athletics versus their athletics. Oh man, yeah, you leap on this gator, and I mean, are you just like on its back? Just you got it now?
Oh yeah, he's straddling this thing.
Excellent.
And he's gonna from there. He's going with his only available arm because I think he's still grappled by the gator.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He's going to punch it in the back of the head.
Beautiful. This is the bonus action punch.
Well, and he failed, but he is going to use a key point.
Okay. Oh, to make 2. Yeah. Punch. All right. I think
This is actually for non-lethal damage.
That being said, you'll hit it with both of those, so go ahead and give me that as you punch this gator twice. And it's interesting, actually, you would have had disadvantage on the attack. It just doesn't matter. You hit anyway because it has restrained you. And yeah, you knock this gator unconscious. You sleep on his back, and then bam, just.
You're gonna be me new
stunned.
friend.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Kevin?
He's actually got the disengage action, and is the gator still grappling him, or is he free now that it's unconscious?
You're not grappled, but I don't think you can also disengage because it was your bonus action to punch.
Since he's used flurry of blows, since he's a drunken master.
Oh, he gets to disengage automatically.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
So he's going to back off. Where's the closest flying thing?
It's a little way. It's about 10 feet away, harassing your friend Calbon Zelleri.
In that case, he's just going to back off and stay 10 feet away. But as long as no one's in the way, his plan for next thing is to just tackle it out of the air.
What are your passive perceptions, by the way? I'm sorry. Anyone with a passive perception above a
13?
A 10, so I think everyone sees the second gator that had come up behind the first gator that would have opportunity attacked you had you not had that disengage.
In that case, he's not going to be tackling that thing, and he's instead dancing away from the gator.
You see the second gator as you, flip off away. There appear to be a couple of gators in here.
I think he goes the maximum distance away, which, yeah, okay. He's gonna go back as far as he can, but while still staying in the room.
Okay, cool. The room is not very large, so you're pretty much where you would be anyway.
Actually, can he climb a little bit up the wall?
Do you have a climb speed?
No, he's got swim speed. That's it.
Give me an athletics check then, and maybe you can.
No, he cannot. He's just gonna crash directly into the wall.
It's too hard to climb this wall for you. All right, that means we're at
Declan laughs at him for fall.
Okay, so do I do my dexterity saving throw?
I'm gonna tug you down.
Wait, what do I do for my saving throw now? Is it dexterity?
Yeah, so you got hit with the mud breath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be a dexterity save.
All right.
Yeah, you pull yourself free of this horrible mud that has coated you.
Okay.
There's still the little imp in front of you, this little dripping mud creature.
I am going to make things a little bit easier, and I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt at one of these boys.
Well, I will say you're in melee with it now.
Okay.
So you would have disadvantage on your ranged attack.
All right, never mind. Change of plans. We're gonna cast Sleep on as many as possible.
I think you could probably hit 2 of the methods with it if you wanted to.
Well, I rolled for hit points, so as many as fit under that.
Yeah, because it's got a radius, right?
It does, I believe. It's 90 feet, so I think I should be able to get everyone, and anybody in range. Yeah,
no, but it's you originated at 90 feet, but it's a 10-foot. Doesn't matter. You're still going to hit 2 of the methods, and the method directly in front of you, and the method up in the trees that was harassing your pal, Brain, your pal Deckhand, both fall unconscious. They both fall asleep. The one that was up in the trees harassing you, Deckhand, then falls 20 feet, and hits the ground with a horrible splash.
Onto the no, he hits the wouldn't he be above the
He does fall onto the spikes. He takes 9 points of falling damage, and then can you roll the spike damage? As the combo comes together here. Oh, another 7 spike. Okay, and that Mephit, as it falls asleep, falls out of the air, splats onto the ground, and then explodes, sending mud everywhere, being thoroughly killed. The Mephit that's directly in front of you, is just asleep still.
All right, so I'm gonna step away now that he's asleep.
Okay.
And I have a question. With my bonus action, can I take that cinder block I found earlier?
Sure.
And throw it at the closest, whoever's closest to me.
Yeah, you pick it up. It appears like weightless. It has no weight to it at all.
Okay, doesn't matter. I'm still gonna throw it.
What are you throwing it at?
The closest, whoever's the closest to me.
Okay, so you go to huck it, and one thing you don't really get is as you throw it, it doesn't like have any weight to it, so it doesn't get pulled down by gravity. It just kind of continues to arc up, and just goes up, and just starts to shoot over the wall until it bonks into a tree somewhere, and gets caught in the branches.
All right.
It never arcs. It just goes.
It just goes.
So unfortunately, not connecting with that.
That's fine. All right, I'm just gonna step in through the doorway of the bathroom.
Getting ready to get out.
Yeah, just stand 10 feet away from the door.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so you're going to the other room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hide behind the door and into the other room.
Gotcha. All right, we move to the next in the initiative, which is the Gators. Well, the Gator that's still in the water, he is in spikes, which is bad for him. But he sees his prey, which is Kevin. So he will lumber out of the spikes. He will take 2 points of spike damage, or 2 rolls worth of spike damage.
Okay.
So go ahead and give it to me. This poor gator gets torn apart by spikes. Is it 2d4 per?
Yeah, per 5 feet.
My God. All right, go ahead and give me the gator slaying spike damage.
How much is it?
Yep, 11 points. This gator's in bad shape, boys.
Crikey, look at her, ain't she a beauty?
And then it lunges at you, Kevin. Now, it doesn't have advantage or anything because it doesn't have a surprise, and it's not at any sort of reason to have advantage, so it just tries to bite at you. 14?
Does not hit.
Yeah, excellent. So if you're trying to climb up the wall, right? Scramble up the wall, and you can't really get a good grip on this weird shrub, and you hear the hiss of the gator behind you, and you see it go to lunge out, and I imagine you maybe you kick at it, or you just kind of punch its jaw out of the thing as it goes to bite at you.
It's a very good thing that didn't hit too, because that was max damage again.
Man, these gators, they're out for blood.
These two are going to be the best pets.
So that is that gator. We go to the next in the initiative, which is a lot scarier than these boys. You see... Zibabum. Actually, I don't think any of you see this except for up at the top, deckhand, because you're looking down. You see a much larger gator kind of come up from the water and begin to swim forward.
Spike damage.
Yeah, it does take probably 5 instances of spike damage.
Okay, let's go.
Which is outrageous.
2d4, so that would be 10d4. Okay, let's...
No, as it begins to swim forward, going for
75 damage.
All right.
That's certainly above average.
Yeah, it's a very good roll. All right, 25 points of damage to the giant sewer gator. Yeah, it swims forward. It can't make an attack this turn because it was in difficult terrain, but it emerges a huge creature, and as it like moves, there's like a slurping sound, and you can see the rest of the water beginning to drain. Like perhaps this gator was clogging the bottom.
Fantastic.
All right, that is the end of the giant gator's turn. Deckhand, it's your turn. You're 20 feet up, but this gator is like right at the main entrance, right in front of Kevin. What would you like to do, Deckhand?
So this gator is not engaged with Kevin yet, correct?
No, it is not currently engaged with Kevin, but it's come right up to him.
I think, isn't there like a small gator also on Kevin?
Actually, no, it's right up at Kevin. And yeah, there is a smaller gator there as well.
Right,
so there are
that's gonna be the
two
match.
Gators. Yeah, I would say it is within 5 feet, so it would count for the purposes of your sneak attack, if you would like to engage this.
Okay, yes. Seeing the larger threat, he trains his targets and still, legs wrapped around the branch, hanging upside down, just watching the battle. He would take a short bow shot at said gator.
Alrighty, there's also still the one like up and coming method. That being said, even through the much harder scale of this reptilian hide of this gator, you will absolutely hit with that 17. Go ahead and give me the damage as your short bow shoots him right in the back. All right, 7 points. The arrow pierces right. Oh, and then an extra d6 sneak attack. I totally forgot. This is why I need everyone to help me because I can't remember anything. Yeah, you shoot this gator right in the back, and you're still just hanging around up there. Do you want to stay up there, or where do you want to go?
He's pretty comfortable where he is.
Fair enough. By the way, looking at this gator, you think that like it's big enough that if it like leapt upward, it could maybe even actually reach you up here. But it probably didn't notice you until just now that you shot it. It is a huge gator. It's an easy 15, 20 feet long. All right, so that's the giant gator. We move to the methods. There's one method that is not unconscious, and it is the one in front of Calbon. It is going to see if it recharges its breath weapon. It does. It's going to spit at Calbon.
Okay, let's go.
Roll another dexterity save.
I'm good with these things. Hope.
Goes bleh. Hey, you're fine. You nimbly dodge out of the way, and the method, like, it's all like made of mud, and it looks kind of like a horrible imp, right? And it looks nasty and vile, and it's trying to kill you, but it looks like a little disappointed. Like, and that's the end of its turn. Calvin, it goes to you. What would you like to do? There's a giant.
I tell them that. I tell the outfit, it's okay. You're gonna. It'll all end soon. You'll be fine.
Oh God, brutal.
So how many creatures are within 15 feet of me at the moment?
Everything's within 15 feet of you. The giant gator is about 15 feet away. The smaller gator is about 10 feet away with Kevin. The method's right in front of you. Literally every combatant is within 15.
Can I be moving in such a way that I could get all of them within a 15-foot cone?
I think you're already there if you'd like.
Okay, fantastic. This might wake up one of our friends, but it's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. The one sleeping method would not be within the 15-foot cone. Because he's kind of opposite. He's a little further with where...
15-foot cone. Let's go. Bam.
Oh, you just blast a thunder wave.
Yes.
Okay. I will roll for the method. The method somehow succeeds. The young gator will fail.
Fail and get knocked back into the spikes.
Oh, but the giant one will succeed. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a crocodile.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't rename him to Giant Sewer Gator.
Oh, anyways, seeing that I have done this, right? And has the method okay? Is it still alive?
Well, the giant, the regular sized gator is in bad shape. The Mephit is still alive, and the giant gator is still mostly fine.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move away from the Mephit because. What?
The giant gator is bloodied now.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna move away from the Mephit.
Okay. The Mephit will make an attack of opportunity against you.
Let's go, Mephit.
It punches you. A 15.
Oh, 15. Okay, meat speed, so it hit me for 3 damage.
3 bludgeoning damage. I need you to roll concentration on your spike growth.
I do need to make a concentration on that. So let's see.
No! The spike growth disappears. All the spikes recede back into the earth. Where would you like to move, Calbon?
Away from all the bad things.
No, that would be deeper into the bathroom because the alligators are right at the door.
Okay, deeper into the bathroom I go.
Okay, so you just run over. So now you're directly underneath the deckhand who's up in a tree on the far side.
Fantastic.
Kevin, the gator that had come up to you, the small one, got blasted by a thunder wave and got sent flying, and looks like they might have been impaled on a spike.
I was gonna call him Ali.
Yeah, he looks kind of dead.
Yeah, I've still got this one though.
The other one's still just like slumped down in the water.
Yes. Right. Okay. So Kevin's gonna basically like shake his fist and then put one of his fists in a palm and approach the big gator.
Yeah, I mean the big gator's like almost he's growling at you.
Right. He's going to actually. The thing about the thing about gators is very small jaw strength, and he's going to actually try and grapple the gator's mouth.
Interesting. That's going to be a tough one. Yeah.
Wait, can he punch the gator's mouth first before he goes to it?
You can punch the gator's mouth first if you'd like.
Okay. He's going to punch it first, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna fail.
Not doing it, unfortunately.
Okay. And he's going to try and wrap his body around it.
All right, go ahead and make me a grapple. And this is your bonus action attack, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can that be athletics or athletics?
Oh god! Oh wait, is it? Oh wait, can I make acrobatics?
No, only to escape a grapple. I'm sorry.
Well, it succeeds, and then in that case,
very strong.
Kevin is going to use his key point.
Uh-huh.
To hit him harder.
Hit him harder. Key point, punch. All right.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Kevin, you're
rolls?
swinging, and this gator is just... It looks like he's gonna just go for you.
Okay, well, luckily he's got disengaged, so Kevin's just gonna dance back.
Where are you going? Into the living room?
Sorry, which way is,
Your friend
yes.
Az went into the living room, out of the bathroom. You're not sure if this gator could fit out of the bath area.
Yes, Kevin's going out into the living room.
All right, you dance out in the living room, and it's the giant gator's turn. The giant gator slinks into the water and swims at an incredible speed right over toward you, Calbon.
Okay.
And it lunges out of the water and bites.
Hello, friend.
Well, it chomps down a 16 to hit.
Oh, by the way, that 15 actually shouldn't have hit me, but it's okay. I just realized my 16 AC. So that 16 is...
This alligator the giant gator clamps its jaws down upon you, Calbon. Are you still alive?
No, I'm down.
Unconscious or dead?
Unconscious, not dead.
Okay, it grabs you in its jaws and begins to thrash around, and then it looks upward at you, Deckhand. That's the end of its turn, though. Deckhand, it's your turn.
This gator can one-shot me.
Yes, it can. He's a very scary-looking gator.
So, with the knowledge that this gator can... Is it my turn yet?
It's your turn right now.
Okay. With the knowledge that this gator is large and can probably get me.
It could it could make it could try to attack you up there.
I don't want it to even. Deck doesn't even want it to be able to try. So since he rested last turn, since he moved 0 feet, he is going to use his feline agility again to scramble as far back across the branches from the gator as he possibly can, while still staying in short bow range.
I gotcha. So you're just gonna try and scramble out and like just get as far into the nitty gritty reaches of the branches. All right, I totally get you. I think you could definitely do that. You're not within its opportunity attack range, but I think with all of the branches and stuff that you've put in between them, the gator would probably have half cover against your attack, which gives it just a little bit of bonus armor class. If you want to go all that far, you know, no way it can get at you, kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be the goal. Like he would take the difficulty of hitting over his life.
I mean, fair. Go ahead. So you scramble backwards and go ahead and take the shot. As you are just like up in the trees, just like, oh, no. A 21 will hit. Yeah, you're on fire with these short bow shots. All right, another 5.
And he is not still engaged, correct?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. I thought he had moved away. I just wanted to be sure.
He would have been engaged if Calbon hadn't gone down, but unfortunately Calbon went down there. All right, that was your move, deck. We move to the Mephits. The last remaining Mephit flies over. It does not regain its thing. It is going to fly out into the living room or into the den area of this little apartment thing. Forest
Kevin
apartment.
will be right around the corner.
Yeah, he's gonna punch Kevin.
Right. Bolton.
Punch! He's not gonna punch Kevin.
He's gonna get slapped out of the sky, is what he's gonna be doing.
Well, give him a round. Give him at least. All right, one more turn, and then you can slap him out of the sky, because it'll be your turn. Calbon, it's your move. Can you give me a death saving throw?
Yeah, of course. That's just a straight D20, right?
Absolutely.
Does it go have con?
Nope. Just a straight D20.
Yeah!
One success.
Yeah.
Isn't that a failure actually?
Nope. 10 or higher is a success for the death save.
Oh, I thought it was 11 or higher. Right.
Give you slightly better odds, I think, intentionally.
No, I got you.
That being said, Kevin, it's your turn. There's a little mud mephit thing looking at you, and
He's
you
gonna
can hear
punch it in the face.
Yeah, you can hear an audible like gasp of Ted, who's peeking through the doorway into the apartment. It seems terrified, having heard all the sounds.
What did you put in your fucking? It doesn't matter. And then while he's not even looking, Kevin's just gonna try and punch backhand the thing.
Okay. Give that punch. Oh, that actually hits the mephit. Actually.
Oh yes.
Not that quick. You kill the mephit. You just punch him out of the sky and just. However, it explodes when you punch it. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I'm good at these. Don't worry. Yes.
You're fine. You dodge all of the mud as it splashes everywhere.
The river tried that too.
It is dead.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Kevin?
Kevin is going. Wait, is the crocodile not looking at Kevin's direction right now?
No, it's not.
Could he make a stealth roll to sneak up on it?
For what purpose? Like, what are you trying to do?
Jumping on its back.
I think you could just do that and you would have advantage because you're currently unseen by it. It's not looking at you at all.
He wants to jump on its back, where it can't
Okay.
bite him or hit him with a tail.
Oof. That's going to be a real tough one. Sure, yeah, I think that's okay. You could go ahead, run at it, and make me, I guess, an athletics check to jump on its back.
Could it be acrobatics?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
I'll give it to you. All right, you're throwing against the gator strength, and I'm giving you advantage on that because, again, unseen. So that's a 19, and this is going to be your bonus action to leap up on its back.
Yeah.
The gator tries to flip around and flip you off, but you land upon its back. Mechanically, it can't bite you, and I'll give it disadvantage to try and hit you with a tail attack.
Ah, yes. Right, okay.
It's up on its back currently. It drops Calbon as it flails angrily at you.
Yeah!
But
Okay,
Kevin,
and
you're
was
up on the
that-
gator's back.
Was that Was that his bonus action or was that his bonus attack? I don't know.
I think that was his bonus. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to spend a key point to take the dodge action, but I suppose that'll be it then.
Yeah, I mean, mechanically, you already have that, right? That was kind of what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yep, I was giving you the check to see if you just got the free dodge.
All right, in that case, he is good for now. He's just going to cling on to it.
You're riding the giant gator. Az, it's your move. What would you like to do?
All right. I feel like I skipped a turn last time.
You did. Crap,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You can just go twice.
Okay, thank you.
We'll make up for that.
First things first. I'm gonna roll Tides of Chaos to get advantage because I need this.
Excellent. Yeah.
And at the large gator, I'm gonna throw a Chaos Bolt. Oh no!
Oh no! Unfortunately, a 12 would not hit.
And because we made the agreement earlier, every time I cast a first level or higher, I
will absolutely would love to give back your Tides of Chaos every time.
I need to get. Okay, let's see. What do I get for this?
Yeah, let me get my. I have
a Modron appears somewhere.
Oh, I actually have my own wild magic table. I'd love to use if you're okay with that.
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, what?
So he is is a wild she is a wild magic sorcerer, which means whenever they do their crazy wild magic, well, sometimes some crazy things happen. Let me see, where is my wild magic? I can't even find it right now. So you know what? I guess a Modron appears. We're gonna go with that. As you cast your spell, there's a flash of light and a mechanical ticking sound, and a small spherical robot with a big eye, a big kind of eye and a leathery face that just kind of appears. It's got these spindly little metal arms and legs and that pop out, and it just kind of looks around. It's these dinky little metal wings that pop up its back, and its overall color is like a brass. And it looks around. Dance! And it just begins to dance in place. All right. Is that all you're doing that?
I'm gonna do second turn now. Again, Tides of Chaos. And again, Chaos Bolt at the thing.
Absolutely.
Does that hit?
A 15 will hit. You throw out a bolt of chaos, striking at... Oh, actually, it's a 21, so you totally hit.
That's not going to hit Kevin, is it?
No, I will not.
So, this will be force damage. I'll make it force.
That's a pretty good one to hit it. All right. It is grievously injured as your chaos bolt strikes it, and maybe we find out what happens now with your Tides of Chaos.
Okay.
Give me another D100 to see what happens on this wild magic.
82. Let's see.
Oh, that's a big one, I think.
Oh, it's like I can take an action immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So
The wild magic.
Back a little bit.
I will just bonus action convert my sorcery points into another spell slot, and then give myself one more chaos bolt at this guy.
All right. It just is a train. It keeps on going. You'll absolutely hit him.
Yep. Okay, let's go.
As you've just unlocked chaos, throwing these bolts of chaotic energy, which one ripples through the air as a bolt of force. This one,
I'll make it. I feel like he's gonna be. I'll make it acid. How about that?
excellent. A bolt of green, just almost liquidy mucus strikes through and slams into the gator. There's a horrible hissing sound, and it's not the gator being angry, it's its skin dissolving beneath the...
And I roll again for that. Because
83 this time.
83. Oh no. Okay, so every creature within 30 feet of me takes 1d10 necrotic, and I regain hit points equal to that.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Kevin.
Wait,
30 feet?
No, that's worse for the one that's on the ground dying.
Oh, roll the 1d10.
Oh
8
man.
necrotic.
8 necrotic damage. This gator is almost dead. It is so close to dead. Calbon, you fail a death saving throw. Kevin, are you still conscious?
Kevin's on 4 hit points.
That is very lucky because now it's the gator's turn.
Oh,
Is going to flip its tail up at you, and I think, Kevin, this is representative of it like going into a death roll, right?
Yeah.
14? Oh, disadvantage. So it would actually have a 12.
Yes.
So it goes to spin around, and you're just grappling on, holding tight. That's all the gators go.
You're mine.
And then the gator will turn, swim 50 feet, and go to bite at Az, lunging a 14.
I'm gonna throw up a shield.
Oh, just
Doesn't
all
hurt.
right.
Kevin
Blocking
gives it
the,
as a small wave.
and we move to deck. What would you like to do? Oh, I'm sorry, deckhand.
Is he still within range of my short bow?
He is barely within. Well, how far is your short? It's like 80 feet, and then 100 or 320 or something, right? It's huge.
Yeah, short bow has
yeah.
a big range.
Definitely within the
The
range.
longbow?
No, I think the longbow is even higher. It's whack.
It's 150 into something. It's ridiculous. 600 or something. Crazy.
Definitely within the range. Definitely.
All right. So Deck is going to take a shot with his short bow right between the eyes.
All right, you pull back and release, and you can go ahead and roll that damage, but I think between that and your sneak attack, you've got the kill. And with the sneak attack, there we go. In which manner do you kill this gator?
The arrow literally skewers through the back of his head and down out of the bottom of his jaw, pinning his jaw together and passing through his brain.
Oh, beautiful. So it's just a long, the arrow whistles through the air and slams into the back of the head of this gator, pins it to the ground. It narrowly misses you, Kevin, but we're going to gloss over that. And yeah, as standing before you, this creature about to open its mouth and lunge, is now silenced and stopped forever.
People can save me now, hopefully. Save me.
Yep.
I gotta say, this is a weird-looking shark.
Your friends are easily able to go over and get you back to consciousness now that
Kevin's not. He's
fighting
going over
has
to the
started.
He's going
I
over to the baby gator.
Bartholomew gave you some special limited edition smelling salts for waking up unconscious adventurers at the end of the adventure. And Calbon, as you awaken and your party kind of regains their kind of standing, looking around, you see that the swampy pool has all but drained. There's a few random things that were still in this puddle. There's a chair in there. You see a plunger that was just lost in there, and all sorts of other garbage and refuse. But
Not for anymore. It's all gone. I push it all out the window. All out the door.
I decided Kevin's going over towards the unconscious baby alligator. And
You see the dust. You see the dust devil. It picks up all the trash and just moves it out.
Calvin conjures a dust devil, which sucks everything up. And as the four of you regroup,
I'm gonna call
Kevin
you Fluffy.
croaking his baby alligator.
Yes. I'm keeping this. He will be my friend.
The no, continue, Kevin.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Continue, Kevin. I'm interested in hearing your monologue.
He will be my friend. We will go on many adventures together. One day I might even show him Ravnica. And I won't let the Simic anywhere near him. And his name shall be Fluffy.
That's a strange name for a gator.
Well, it was that or Ali, so
The elf looks at you all, and have you returned back deckhand with the rest of your party?
Deckhand would do a very brief peek around for any shiny objects he might swipe. Just a quick one.
Roll your perception
While
check.
people were looking around.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a quick perception. We'll see how you do. An 11. I think as you're peeking around, and you're like, well, what do we got? Anything good? You are glancing as you kind of climb your way down from the tree branches, and you can see, oh God, soaked in filth. The only thing of real interest and value that you see is a shoddily crafted rag doll that is vaguely in the likeness of an owl bear that appeared to have been soaked in the pool. You figure you could probably clean it up and dry it out, and it'd be a very cute owl bear doll if you're into that kind of thing.
Kevin's
Deckhand would grab it because it's cute.
Absolutely. Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
Kevin's actually gonna look over towards where what's his name was again? Lewis?
I'm Ted.
Ted, yes. You've got one more. Or how many more parties are you coming? Because there's an extra room.
Oh, yes, I have another group coming to deal with that. You've all done an excellent job. Thank you. I'm forever in your debt for dealing with the terrible atrocity that was my bathroom.
You got any paper?
Absolute. What?
You got paper and a pen?
Somewhere in. Maybe now's a bad time. But I do have these Bartholomew bucks. And he takes out a wad of cash and hands to each of you 100 Bartholomew bucks for having completed the adventure. He tells. I was just saying really quickly, he gives you you should probably get going. The next group is coming in here soon, and I don't have enough money to pay you if you get caught up in that adventure.
No problem. But by the way, you don't need to pay me money. You don't need to pay me money. Just let me stay here forever. Or partially. I'll pay you.
Absolutely
How about I
not.
pay you to stay in your bathroom? And I'll clean
You
it
have
up.
5,000 Bartholomew bucks?
Very close to that.
Well, we'll talk then.
Kevin's going to just go over to I don't know, a really obvious part and pull out from a small satchel a piece of leather and just kind of carve into it with a sharp nail. River's haunted, and leave that for the next party.
Okay. I love it. I like the idea, leaving something behind for the next group. I hope they read it.
And just to finish things off, I'm gonna druid craft the entire house with just flowers. Just everywhere there's just
A whole
flowers.
bunch of flowers. Excellent.
Make them smell good.
Yeah, well, I don't know. They probably smell good. Az can't smell. She doesn't have a nose.
That's fair.
And as they were leaving, Deckhand in Thieves' Cant, because that has multiple methods of delivery, would scratch a little message on the doorpost with his claws, saying that just saying monsters inside.
Excellent. And so the
River's haunted and monsters inside.
And Druidcraft, I will be.
everywhere.
And Druidcraft, I'll put "Don't believe Deckhand."
But with that, the adventure comes to an end. Congratulations, guys. That was actually very well done. I was expecting when I put that gator in there that this would have been a much more lethal adventure. But well done. Well done. Would any of you like to go to the shop really quickly?
One second. Let me look up how many bucks I have.
It should hopefully be accurate right now.
I'll just add 100 to whatever I've got right now.
Yeah, no, it's broken right now. Son of a gun.
I would only have 100 anyway, so.
Yeah, it's not a ton right now. Let's see. Greener, you would have 750 bucks.
Oh, cool. Yeah, sure. Let's go to the shop.
All right, you head to Bartholomew's shop, which of course Bartholomew greets you. If you need a magic item, you know where to stop. Just head on down. It's your only choice. To Bartholomew's shop. I gotta fix that jingle. And
Wait, what was that last part?
to Bartholomew's shop.
No.
It's your only choice.
Yeah.
That's my
What?
favorite part of the jingle.
Oh, God.
Anyway, what can I help you with, Kevin? The old wizard looks at you.
Kevin's just taking a look around, all the charms and stuff.
How much is one of those, them bags?
My favorite, except for earlier. 500 Bartholomew bucks gets you a random magic item from my big bag bonanza. And he kind of holds out his burlap bag of holding. Just reach your hand and it'll automatically deduct.
Yeah, sure. It's great.
All right.
And Kevin's
roll
gonna reach a hand in there.
a D1000 in the chat, and we will see what you get. I wish you only the best.
Oh,
of
come
luck.
on.
344. Hey, that's still not terrible. As you reach into the big bag and fiddle around, let me go back up to the top now, because I had to go all the way down to the bottom earlier. Your hand first passes over a small vial. Oh god, it's a potion. Absolutely not. Not interested in that, even a little bit.
100% not. Ew.
Yeah, I mean, you reach in a little bit more, and a sword. Swords are pretty good, but I don't know. Maybe there's
Who
something
uses
else.
stabby things? The fist is the only true way.
And eventually, your hand settles on, well, it's a sword. You can feel the constriction as the bag starts to close around your arm. And eventually, you just grab and pull this out, needing something. It is a remarkable item that you have rolled. And you pull out a gleaming longsword forged of pure silver and shaped vaguely like a fish. The weapon counts as a silvered weapon, and it gains a +2 magical bonus to attack and damage rolls made against sharks. Additionally, upon speaking the command word "Hi-Ho Silver," the sword magically transforms into a large marlin. The marlin serves as a mount, has a swim speed of 60 feet, and can still be used as a sword while underwater. Additionally, the marlin has 30 hit points and an AC of 13. It reverts to a sword upon taking lethal damage.
It's so beautiful.
It's the silverfish. It's quite a bit of change from the original version. It used to break when it ran out of hit points. That was always bad. But I hope it serves you well, Kevin, in your forever crusade against the sharks.
It's so beautiful. And Kevin's drunkenly driven to tears.
Well,
And he's just going to put it
glad
on his
you
back.
liked
He won't use it, but he'll...
He'll have it for later.
Yeah, when he's in the training thing, he needs a way to get around.
Absolutely. And with that, would anyone else like to shop really quick, or are we
I think I'm all
hearing?
set. Would that adventure put me at level 2 then?
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. Absolutely. Since you have completed your first adventure with us, Deckhand, you are now level 2, which I know with the rogue gives you a whole bunch of stuff. So 2 thumbs up. But with that, we'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned for Game 3 starting in just a minute.